And I started to write some songs, and Fair Time was the second song that I ever wrote. I thought to myself, well, you know, you write songs about things that have meaning to you, you know, and I thought, well, what was an important time, you know, and I thought about the fair and just how romantic and, you know, exciting it was to go to the fair. You suspend reality. Here we are on the vineyard where reality is suspended anyway. And then, you know, you step into another area of total unreality. You go to the fair. And in those days when we were kids, like, it was different because, well, for example, the coins were made out of silver. I mean, real silver. And so there was substance to your life. And I worked at the pitch a dime booth, and I sold tickets to the, you know, the rides, and I worked at the roulette wheel, and I worked in that one year I worked in the booth where there's a circle and they give you 3 or 4 discs, and you've got to put the discs in such a way that they cover the circle. And nobody could get the trick, you know, so they'd be throwing their hard-earned dough away, but it just was fun. It was sweet. And then, you know, the possibility of romance was always there. You know, it's like something is going to happen. You know, this is going to be very exciting and fun. We'd go in the day or two before the fair opened. They'd have all the rides set up, and there was a woman in trailer, I think it was the name of the carnival at that time, Colbert. And she was this rather large woman and very intimidating. And you'd go in to her trailer and ask if you could have a job. And, you know, it was always very scary to go in. And she'd let you do it. So you'd get, well, I don't know, you know, what, $3, $5 a day, something like that, to sit around or to work in a booth. But it was really fun to be part of the action, you know, to have something to do there besides just wandering around. And I entered things in the fair, you know, in the art show, and couldn't wait to see whether I won. Finally, I won. I entered something and got a red ribbon. I thought, man, I'd hit the jackpot. And it was a painting of a hummingbird. I still have it. It's on the wall over there. I'll show it to you. I was 8. But the fair, it was just sort of this promise that something really special was going to happen at any given moment. Loved it. I remember one fair time, I think it was about 12. And I had, the sun was setting on the 3rd day. I knew it was the end of the fair. In those days, it was just 3 days. And I knew that the sun was setting and I needed to get home, and I was going to have to hitchhike home. And I had a 50-cent piece left. And I hadn't won anything. I'd seen people walking around with stuff, you know, this and that. And I thought, like, man, I really want to win something. And I went over to the pitch a dime. There's a big flat surface there with Lucky Strike cigarette packet covers glued all over it. You could pitch, some years it was a dime and some years it was a nickel, but either way you had to see red all the way around your coin. And if you did, you were a winner, so you'd toss it. Well, 50-cent piece. I changed it for 5 dimes. I pitched the first dime and didn't win. I pitched the second dime and I didn't win. I pitched the 3rd dime, nothing. I pitched the 4th dime, nothing. I had 1 dime left and just the barest shred of daylight. I took that dime. This was what was going on in the mind of a 12-year-old. I took that dime. I walked around the fair thinking, I'm going to win. I'm going to win with this dime. And part of my brain was going, how are you going to know when you're done? You know, when it's time, when you've concentrated enough. And then the other part of my brain's going, you will know. And then all that while I'm going, you're going to win. This is a winner. This one's a winner. And you're walking around. All of a sudden I felt this little tiny, what I perceived was this little tiny ping in between the dime. Like I had become one with the dime. I went over to the pitch a dime booth. I tossed it in. Bam, red all the way around my coin. I was a winner. I couldn't believe it. I did believe it because I knew it was going to happen. Anyway, then the guy says to me behind the counter, he says, Well, you won. What would you like? And I had no idea. You know, there's teddy bears hanging there. I wasn't about the teddy bear. It was about winning, I think. You know, I just wanted to win. I picked out a teddy bear and I took it home. I've even got a picture of it somewhere. So just the fair was just sort of sweet. You never knew what was going to happen. And I still love going. I love going to see the animals, and I love going to see the exhibits in the hall. The flowers and the vegetables and the artwork and the crafts and the smell of earth and the hay and the cotton candy. And it's great. The last ride, the geese flying over, that Ferris wheel out there in the front like that, such a great, you'd come from miles around, you'd see that thing. And you know that painting, that Thomas Hart painting that they used for the poster? Oh, that just says it right there. We are some lucky. They do a great job over there.
This fairground's so right for romance, and this ride's where we might get our chance. And if you walk down midway with me, I'll be lucky for you, you will see. I'll be lucky for you, you will see.
Step right up, folks, you get a prize every time. A dime can play and a dime can win. Players make winners and winners have fun. If you see red all the way around your coin, you're a winner.